Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. In today's video, I'm doing an unboxing of this Modelones Poly Gel Kit. So if you all didn't know, Modelones is having a huge discount which is for Black Friday and Cyber Monday. So it is currently going on right now. So if you all are interested, I would leave the information in the description below. So I'm just going to be unboxing the items that came in this kit. So this right here is the essentials in this polygel kit. So the first thing that I got is some rhinestone glue, then 2 slip solution. Then I also got 2 nail tip clips, a tweezer, paper dual forms, some glitters, striping tape, a rhinestone wheel, and some alcohol pads, French nail tip guides, a cuticle pusher, a cuticle fork, a 100/180 grit nail file, a nail clipper, and a dual tip gel brush with a dotting tool. Then we get the polygel brush, and base coat and top coat. We also get a 6-watt nail lamp. These nail lamps are usually used for flash curing polygel. I don't think it's wise to use it to fully cure polygels, especially dark polygels. You may get away with curing lighter polygels, but darker ones you would not be able to cure it fully with this nail lamp. Then we also get some dual forms. So these are the polygels that they sent. There is 32 colors in this polygel kit. So I'm going to be showing you guys all of the colors. Yes, I'm going to be swatching all of them. So the first section here, I'm just going to be placing them in numerical order. And I did remove the seals from all of the polygel tubes and they all came well sealed. So I'm just going to be swatching all of the polygel so that you all can see. So I'm just going to let this part play out and I'll be back shortly. So these are all of the gel polishes that I swatched from the first batch. Now I'm going to be doing the second batch of polygels, so I'm just going to be placing them in numerical order, just like I did before. Then I removed the seals and now I'm just going to be swatching these polygels so that you all can see the beautiful colors that they sent. There were a lot of purple polygels in this kit. There were colors for the fall and also for the spring and summer and also for the winter. So you get a polygel kit for all season long. So I would highly recommend you all purchasing this kit if you all are interested in this kit. So this is how it looks when I'm finished swatching the second batch of polygels, and these are all of the polygels together. So for this nail design, these are the colors that I'm going to be using. Now let's get into the nail tutorial. I picked out my sizes off camera. I'm using the 2XL ballerina nail tips. So I'm just going to be applying them using my Modelones base glue. this base glue was not included in this kit, so I'm just applying the nail tips right now. So anyway, these are all of the nail tips on. Now I'm just going to be placing some of the slip solution in my dampen dish. I decided to use the slip solution included in this kit. I just wanted to see how it would work. So I'm just going to be pouring some of the slip solution. And one thing that I noticed is that Modelones added a stopper to the opening of their slip solution bottle. Usually you would only see the hole without any stopper attached, and that used to result in leakage and stuff like that. Although they would send it to us with a seal, when the seal is gone, it's just the hole. So that is one thing I like about this slip solution bottle. Now I'm just going to be filing the free edge of the nail tips just to remove that little tab that usually comes with the nail tips. Then I'm just going to be placing the gel base coat on each of the nails and curing for 30 seconds. I did not buff the surface of the nails to remove the shine, and that's because I didn't really feel like doing it, and I am not keeping these nails on for that long anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But if y'all are doing this nail set, I would highly recommend buffing the surface of the nails to remove the shine and then applying the gel base coat. So now I'm starting with this purple poly gel. So I placed a bead of the purple poly gel on the pinky nail, and now I'm evenly distributing it. So using the slip solution was a bit different for me. It is not like rubbing alcohol, and I think I prefer rubbing alcohol. The slip solution left my hands a bit greasy, and I didn't like the feel of it, and it didn't really work well with the poly gel. The poly gel was really soft, although yes, Modelones Poly Gel is soft, but it was soft on another level. And also the temperature in my room was a bit hot, and I didn't notice that until probably a few minutes into doing this pinky nail. So I had to turn on the AC afterwards because that was also contributing to the polygel being really soft. So I had to do that. But even when I turned on the AC, I think the polygel was still really soft because of the slip solution. It wasn't really doing what I wanted it to do. The slip solution wasn't working like I thought it was going to. But anyway, I cured this first layer, and now I am applying the second layer of polygel to build the apex of this nail. So I'm just placing it around the cuticle area, and then I bring it down the nail. So at this moment, if I could recall, I did turn on the AC around this time. So the AC was on and the polygel was okay to work with, but it still wasn't the best. So you will see me switching to the rubbing alcohol very soon because I didn't like the feel of the slip solution, and it was creating some craters in the polygel, and I didn't understand why that was happening as well. But you'll see what I'm talking about soon. I was showing you guys on the pinky nail, but it wasn't that noticeable. However, on the index nail you could see it. So anyway, on the index nail I'm going to be doing a negative space nail. So I placed a layer of the polygel at the nail bed area and evenly distributed that at the nail bed area. Trying to form this polygel on the nail was very difficult to do, and it just kept moving. The polygel, it was really soft on the nail. I'm not sure if y'all could notice that, but it was very difficult to work with, and you could see a few bubbles on the index nail and I couldn't understand why that was happening. Well, I actually had an idea. It was because of the slip solution, but I wasn't sure at this point. But I knew I wanted to change to using my rubbing alcohol as my slip solution very soon, but I didn't want to give up on using the slip solution that they provided, so I stuck it through until I couldn't anymore. So after trying for a few minutes, I decided to remove the polygel from the index nail and start over. So I'm going to be using rubbing alcohol as my slip solution. So I'm just going to be applying another layer and doing the same thing. And I think the nail turned out a lot better when I used rubbing alcohol as slip solution. The polygel was not as sticky or as soft, and I prefer the feel of rubbing alcohol on my skin. It is not an oily feel like how the slip solution was feeling very oily and greasy on my fingers. It's more of a wet feel when I'm using rubbing alcohol. It's just something wet on my fingers. It's not oily or anything like that. So I prefer it for both reasons, and specifically for the fact that the polygel isn't super soft and sticky. So yes, I am doing the nail right here and I had no issues when doing this nail. And yeah, I think the nail turned out pretty good. I need to work on my shaping. Although I do file the nails into shape, I need to work on my shaping of the nails when applying polygels, but I really don't have much patience for that, but I will try my best. So I cured the first layer, and then I'm going to be doing a second layer just to build the nail a bit because the first layer was a bit too flat. So yeah, that's what I'm doing right here. So in summary, I would definitely use rubbing alcohol, and I would also make sure that the temperature in my room is cold enough so that the polygel doesn't melt. So those are two things that's needed for an effective polygel application. So yeah, I'm just gonna let this part play out and I'll be back shortly. Now I'm using rubbing alcohol to remove the tackiness from the nail, and then I would file to get a crisp line because we are doing the negative space polygel nails, so the line needs to be straight across the nail. And I also filed the nail as well just to get a good enough shape for now. So anyway, I'm just going to be filing the nail, so I'm just going to let this part play out and I'll be back shortly. Now I'm just using rubbing alcohol to remove the dust. Next, I'm going to be using some snowflake glitters on the nails. So I am just going to be applying some gel base coat to the tip area of the nail and curing that for 30 seconds because I felt like when I was filing I removed the base coat, so I just needed that shininess, that clarity. So I did that and cured it for 30 seconds. Now I placed a bead of clear polygel where I want the snowflake to be and evenly distributed the polygel, and then I placed the glitter snowflake and pat it down so that it stays flat and cured it for 30 seconds. So the reason why I didn't use the jelly stamper initially is because I wanted the snowflake to be centerized on the nail, and when you use a jelly stamper, somehow the snowflake never stays in the center of the nail, which is very annoying. So I needed to use the polygel so that it stayed in the center. However, using the polygel also meant that the edges of the snowflake would not lay flat because we were not using the jelly stamper. So that's why I also went in with the jelly stamper when I finished curing the nail. So I placed some gel base coat on the edges of the snowflake and then used the jelly stamper to flatten it. However, it didn't work that well, but it was okay. And then I applied gel base coat to the whole nail and cured that for 30 seconds just to protect the snowflake glitter. Then I applied a layer of clear polygel to encapsulate the glitter, making sure to apply the clear polygel to just a section of the nail. I don't want the clear polygel on the whole nail. And I cured that for 30 seconds, and then I am applying another layer to build the nail because that layer was a bit too flat. And also I had to use gel base coat when I was applying the clear polygel because the clear polygel was very sticky and it was always sticking to my brush. So using the gel base coat, it wasn't as sticky, so I was able to control the clear polygel much better when I use the gel base coat. And then when I'm satisfied with how it looks, I would cure that for 30 seconds. Then I'm using rubbing alcohol to remove the tackiness, and then I would file the nail again just to get that crisp shape. And if you read this far in the video, don't forget to hit the like button below and comment your thoughts on the design as well. And don't forget to let me know what you guys think about this nail design and to watch the video all the way through. This really helps the channel when you do these things. It shows YouTube that you're interested in the video, and then it pushes the videos out to a larger audience. So thanks to all who support my channel. So anyway, moving on, I'm going to be applying the purple polygel to the tip area of the index nail and curing each layer for 30 seconds. And I'm really sorry for being out of frame. I had no idea I was out of frame this much. So this is how it looks so far, and this is a side view of the index nail. I had to do another layer at the tip area because I didn't like how that was looking. Now I'm going to be using this glitter on the nails. So on the middle nail, I apply a layer of gel base coat to the whole nail. And on the ring nail, I apply a layer of gel base coat to 3/4 of the nail. And before curing that, I'm using a brush just to tap in the iridescent glitter on both nails. And then when I'm satisfied with the glitter placement and how everything looks, I would cure that for 30 seconds. Now I'm going to be using the clear polygel again to adhere the snowflake glitters. So I just placed a long bead of the clear polygel on the middle nail and evenly distributed that in the middle of the nail. I didn't go too much to the sides or anything like that. So I just distributed so that the snowflake glitters could lay on top of the polygel with ease and it would adhere to the nail. So yeah, now I'm just going to be applying the snowflake glitters to the middle nail and making sure to pat the glitters down so that it lays as flat as possible. But it really wasn't working out because the tips of the snowflake glitters was still sticking out and there wasn't much I could do about that. Every time I pat it down, it kept raising back up. So I was like, whatever, okay? I was just hoping for the best. I hoped that I didn't file it off when I was filing the nails, and luckily I didn't. So here's me trying my best to flatten the edges of the snowflake glitters, but it was unsuccessful. So I just decided to cure it for 30 seconds. Then on the ring nail, I'm going to be doing the same thing but just to 3/4 of the nail. And by the way, this nail design was inspired by a picture that I saw on Pinterest or Instagram. I do not remember, but I will definitely leave a picture of my nail inspo right here. So after curing the ring nail, I wanted to try to flatten the edges of the snowflakes. So I just placed some of the gel base coat and then using my jelly stamper with my LED torch, I decided to flatten it a bit, but that did not work at all. So anyway, moving on to the thumbnail, I'm going to be doing the same thing. So I'm just going to let this part play out and I'll be back shortly. Now this is after applying all of the glitters to the nails. Now I'm just going to be placing some gel base coat to seal in the glitters, and then I cure that for 30 seconds. This ensures when I am encapsulating the nails, the glitters does not move. And it was also imperative that I do this to the ring nail because I'm going to be doing an ombre on the ring nail, so I needed that slip. So I needed the gel base coat to be applied first so that I can get an easier time when I am fading the polygel. So on the ring nail, I just place a bead of the nude polygel and evenly distribute that around the cuticle area. And then when I'm ready, I fade the polygel into the glitter, and then I would cure that for 30 seconds. The gel base coat made it easier for me to fade the polygel into the glitter. And I'm going to be doing the same thing on the thumbnail. Then I cured that for 30 seconds as well. Now I'm going to be encapsulating the glitter nails. So I'm just placing a large bead of the clear polygel and evenly distributing that to encapsulate the glitters. I had to use gel base coat again in order to have some control of the clear polygel, since it was becoming very sticky when I was using rubbing alcohol as slip solution. I decided to use gel base coat as slip solution and it worked a lot better. So yeah, I'm just gonna let this part play out and I'll be back shortly. So after encapsulating the nails, I noticed that the index nail wasn't looking right. I needed another layer at the tip area. So I'm just applying a layer of the purple polygel to the tip area of the index nail, and I'm very sorry that I'm out of frame again. Then I cured that for 30 seconds. So this is a side profile and I think it looks a lot better like that. So yeah, I'm finished with the nails for now. Now I'm just using some rubbing alcohol to remove the tackiness from the nails, and then I filed the nails off camera. And this is after filing of the nails, so y'all will let me know what you think about my filing, what I need to do differently and stuff like that. Now I'm going to be applying matte top coat to the pinky nail and the index nail, and this matte top coat was not included in this kit, so I'm just placing a layer of the matte top coat on the pinky nail and the index nail, and then I cured for 30 seconds. And despite some of the issues that I had using the polygel, that was mainly because of the slip solution. However, the purple polygel, when I was finished filing, I could see a bit of marbling happening with the polygel, so that is one thing I didn't understand. So I just thought I'd let you guys know that. Now I'm going to be using this purple gel polish also from Modelones, so I'm just placing some on my nail palette, and I'm going to be doing some sweater nails. So I'm going to be doing that on the pinky nail right now, and sorry if my ring nail is in the frame. Y'all will be able to see what I'm doing very soon. So I'm just doing a sweater nail on the pinky nail right now. So I'm just gonna let this part play out because I really don't know how to explain this, but I'm sure y'all would understand by what y'all are seeing. So I'm just gonna let this part play out and I'll be back shortly. Now before curing the gel polish, I'm going to be pouring some clear dip powder on the nail. And then I would cure for 30 seconds. Now I'm just going to be brushing off the excess dip powder, and this is how the nail is looking. So I'm going to be doing the same thing on the index nail. So I'm just going to let this part play out and I'll be back shortly. Next, I'm going to be top coating the glitter nails with some glossy top coat and curing that for 30 seconds. I also top coated the middle section of the index nail as well and cured that for 30 seconds. When I finished curing this section, I really didn't like how the glitter was looking. It wasn't giving me that wow effect like I was getting from the middle nail and the ring nail. So after curing this, I'm going to show you guys what I did just to get a little wow effect from this nail. Well, from the glitter section of this nail. In general, this nail looked really good, but the glitter section was a bit dull. So after curing this, this is how it looks. And as you can see, if we compare both, the glitter on the index nail isn't as amazing as the ones on the middle nail and the ring nail. Although the one on the middle nail and the ring nail is the full nail, I still needed that wow effect. So I just applied a bit of top coat to the underside and it looked a lot better, but it still wasn't giving me that. So I decided to apply some of the glitter to the underside of the index nail just to get that pop of iridescent glitter on the nail, so it kind of resembled the ones on the middle nail, ring nail and thumbnail, and I thought it looked a lot better. It just gave it something extra. I cannot really explain that. So I cured it for 30 seconds and now I'm going in with another layer of gel top coat just to seal in the glitters that I poured underneath the nail, and I cured that as well for 30 seconds, and this is how the nails are looking, and I think they look so good. Oh my goodness. So now I'm just going to be applying some cuticle oil to rehydrate my skin and nails. So I almost forgot that I wanted to apply some rhinestones to my nails. So I'm going to be using these purple rhinestones. I got these rhinestones in the polygel kit. So I'm just going to be placing that on my nails off camera. So this is the finished look, guys. Let me know what you guys think about my nail design in the comments below. I think this is a perfect winter inspired nail design and I think it turned out so good. So don't forget, Modelones is having a huge sale going on right now for Black Friday and Cyber Monday, so make sure if you're interested, I will have all of the links in the description below. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.